UndergroundVideoNetwork.com presents the We Talk Too Much podcast.
This is where the fun begins.
Comic books, superheroes, sci-fi, gaming, and everything nerdy.
That's it. This is just too weird.
Now, here's your host of the We Talk Too Much podcast, Mike and Richard.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of Underground Video Network's We Talk Too Much. Evidently, we haven't talked enough lately. I forgot the name of our own show. We Talk Too Much. I am Michael Boroff, and next to me, or if you're watching or listening,
I'm Richard Catterjohn.
Rich, how's it going?
Good.
Surviving another week of Ohio weather.
Yeah, it's been up and down all week.
Good Lord, man. It was just... You know, for anybody that's listening or watching that lives in the North Midwest, you know, it was almost like 2022 decided, like, look, I'm giving you all of your winter in one weekend. And then after that, it was back to the roller coaster. 55, 20, -2.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Had a project in my 3D modeling class. We're getting textures and lighting and everything. So
I saw that your lighting effect looked really good.
Yeah, I was trying to do that halo kind of effect on it. You know, I made the green, and then because I was using a red yellow to get that orange, then with the green mixed in and made it look like what it was. It was a metallic texture I was using.
Mm-hmm.
Made it. I was trying to do like made it look like wood. It was supposed to be originally wood, but it didn't quite look right, so I put the green in the background. So how's things with you?
Things have been good, you know. Aside from the nice little weather-induced 4-day vacation I had last week, it was kind of rough going back to work for a full week this week. But at least we had some good shows to get caught up on. It was kind of a slow week for TV in most aspects because this was the Olympics week, right?
Right, yeah. You know, this is the year they had the dinosaurs in the Olympics. I mean, oh, that's the commercial.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of commercial, the trailer for Jurassic World.
Oh, my God, that looked... Oh, for those of you listening, I'm doing the chef's kiss. And it did. It looked amazing.
It's going to incorporate the original trilogy with the new trilogy and everything. So it should wrap everything up.
And to see Alan Grant and Ellie and Ian from the first movie. I mean, oh, they looked fantastic. It looks fantastic.
Don't lizards run slower in cold weather?
Yeah, but you know, dinosaur. You know,
oh, that's right. They got the frog DNA in them. Oh,
yeah. And hey, technically, you know, what was it? One of my favorite scientific journal things I've ever read was, you know, there's no proof that, you know, dinosaurs were scaly. You know, they could have been covered in feathers.
True.
You know, we really don't know.
Yeah, they're more bird than reptiles. So
yeah,
you know, maybe that's why they can do the cold weather. Hopefully they'll at least give us a little inkling why. But you know,
yeah,
who cares? It's animation.
and that they are officially calling it the conclusion,
right,
of the Jurassic Park era.
Right.
So
what they do go extinct, or does the humans go extinct?
You know, from the preview, it looks like what we were suspecting from that last movie was it was going to be like a population explosion, and it was going to be the intermingling of dinosaurs in modern society. Well, society, like they're going to get Starbucks or in the modern world.
Oh, well. I just see dinosaurs running around with a cup of coffee, you know.
there's a velociraptor with the Karen haircut, and it's just like, oh!
Arms.
Yeah. But no, seeing the original cast, oh God, seeing Jeff Goldblum,
Oh,
which is another that we hardly ever talk about. Like whenever we talk about Disney Plus, we always talk about, the Star Wars, the Marvel. One show that does not get the credit it deserves is The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
oh yeah.
That is a wonderful show, and it just highlights his charming kookiness. And it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird seeing that Jurassic Park preview because I hate to use the word, but like Ian in those movies was always kind of like a little bit of a pimp. You know what I mean? He was, the black jacket and kind of like badass. But then seeing him in like real life on the World According to Jeff Goldblum, he's just like this zany, goofy, dad next door, It's just like, wow. But no, that show is fun. That show is so great. It's so much fun. And it literally, it was just like, okay, here's a camera crew. Here's a vague idea, Jeff. Go do your thing. And it's just him being 120% pure Jeff.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Disney Plus, we got a big wrap up this week.
Yeah. Jump right into it. Again, we kind of been forgetting, but again, if you watch or listen to us, we're going to spoil everything. We spoil more than a tuna fish sandwich out in the midday sun. Okay, we reek of spoilers. Yes, we got to see the conclusion to the Book of Mandalorian. I mean the Manda Fett. I mean the Book of Phoenix. I mean, I kid. The Book of Boba Fett. And what was really great was seeing Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett. And not only seeing Boba Fett, but Boba Fett being a badass again in Boba Fett.
Yeah. It's weird. The character is really kind of like matured or changed,
Yeah, and you know what? I had this conversation just today, Richard. We seem to forget that not only do actors age, characters age. It's like, oh, Boba Fett wouldn't do that. No. You're thinking of your Boba Fett from Empire Strikes Back. Okay, that dude's 30 years older now.
Right.
Yeah, he wants to just chill as a crime lord, get his back a tank, tub soak in,
Yeah, because that Boba Fett in there would have been, in the Empire Strikes Back, would have been not quite 30, right? Or just
damn near.
It'd be 30 years old because he was, 10 in the second
Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, he was about 10, right?
Yeah.
So you go a little further down the timeline, that's 18 years. So, he's was going on 30 there. So, now he's 60,
Yeah. And I mean, think about it like this too. We saw how much, especially being on Tatooine, ages a person. I mean, look at the difference between Ewan McGregor and Sir Alec Guinness. Those dual Tatooine sons take it out of you.
But what's crazy is now he's the age of Alec Guinness now, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mark Hamill. Yeah, Mark tweeted that not too long ago that he is officially older, or was the same age or older than Alec Guinness was.
Yeah.
During the filming of the first movie.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I think Boba Fett was a good point. It showed him coming to be a ruler of his kingdom he wanted, and in a way, isn't that kind of what his original dad, Jango Fett always kind of wanted, was his own empire? Or something, he was that bounty. It's like he's that whole last episode kind of wrapped up stuff, but yet opened a door to what could be coming down the road.
Yeah. Because it's still definitely much like the Mandalorian. It was it was a good season finale, not so much a series finale, even though they won't quite say it. They still, I mean, Disney's not dumb. They know where they've got, a bankroll coming in.
Right.
We're not going to close the door on this character, on this series.
Yeah, because I don't think it was a limited series like they're saying, like Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is a limited series, so there's only going to be probably that one and they're done. But I think Boba Fett is just a series and they just can continue just like The Mandalorian if the ratings are good,
Yeah.
And I think the ratings were okay.
Yeah. But this was a really good, well, for the time being, we'll call it series finale. But yeah, Chapter 7 was a good finale. It had everything that we were kind of hoping and expecting to see throughout the entire run of the show. We weren't bogged, we really weren't bogged down with flashbacks.
Right.
We got a little bit of everything. I was still a little disappointed. We'll get into it more later why, but I was still a little disappointed we didn't see more Danny Trejo. Especially knowing what we saw, like, come on, man. But there, you could definitely tell that the Robert Rodriguez, who's a big fan of old cinema, he borrowed heavily from so many great properties. The good, the bad, the ugly. Let's just go out and say it, King Kong. Yeah. And you had, there was great action, still great comedy. Whenever we get Amy Sudeikis in as well, they actually said her name this time too. The mechanic, because when she was flirting with the swarmy the guy with the tail, she said her name, and I'm like, it was like something small, like Maya, or but they actually said her name for like the first time. It was almost like one of those things where they realized, oh my God, we've had her on the show like a dozen times, but we've never actually said her name.
Yeah. It was interesting. When the X-Wing came down, we didn't, was Luke coming in to save the day?
Yeah. You know what? I'm still a little pissed at Luke these last couple episodes. Just kind of remind us that, the Jedis are kind of dicks, because we talked about it from the last episode when he made Grogu choose between the armor, the chainmail, and the lightsaber. And then it was like the fandom exploded. It was like, only a Sith deals an absolute, like Luke of all people should have known.
Right.
He should have known better than to do that,
Yeah, it's one of them things. I think he was more attached to him than his original ways. And maybe when he showed all that flashback, maybe it kind of scared him not to be a Jedi.
Yeah.
You see all those clone troopers coming to assassinate all his buddies, so why would you want to be a Jedi? You could get yourself, in worst, of course, then again, you turn around and you have to fight this big dinosaur thing, know?
But even, Luke made him choose. I really want to see that scene of Grogu choosing, because did we see mature Luke be like, I understand he is your father in a way, or did we see whiny Tatooine, I want to go to Tashi Station? It's like, wait a minute, what do you mean you're choosing? But fine, go. That's why Luke didn't go with him. He just like chucked him in the X-Wing, told R2, go drop his ass off on Tatooine.
Well, he didn't want to go back because of the desert. He's like his dad, hates sand.
Yeah. Hey, could you have imagined that moment? Because okay, so Luke jumps in the X-Wing. Fine, I'll give you a ride back. Hey, there's your dad. Like, oh man, we're in the middle of a war that I kind of created, because we created this vacuum of power when we killed Jabba the Hutt.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
It was like, we're kind of responsible for this. Okay, I'll lend a hand. Wait a minute, who took over? Boba Fett? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand. If I think they did the right thing by not sending Luke in,
same.
because Luke would have probably tried to take out everything
Yeah,
and try to restore the power back to the Republic or whatever,
yeah.
So
And
it made sense,
it did make sense because it would have had to have been like 2 more episodes, because not only would you have had to deal with Luke dealing with, him, like you said, wanting to do the right thing and, getting rid of all the criminal element, and at the same time dealing with the fact that now we have Boba Fett over here,
right?
who just not too long ago kidnapped his technically would have been brother-in-law by now,
Yeah,
brother-in-law, and tried to kill him, and well, time out. I'm kind of a good guy now. It would have been too much for one episode.
yeah. It just didn't work. It's more or less R2 drop. Boop. Of course, it was so funny when she found his Gorgu's real name.
Oh, I don't like
that's
that.
That's not that.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm not calling you that. I was like, and you know what? It's little comments like that really makes me believe that the writers and creators really, really do listen to the fans.
Yeah.
They're not so much swayed by them, but it's like, okay, we get it. Not a lot of people, or a lot of people don't like the name. Let's throw a joke in there,
Yeah.
I loved her reaction though when she saw the X-wing landing. It was like when the cops pull up to the house party. Oh shit! Hide the beer. Oh, put that over there. Hide that. Throw that away. Put that out. Hi, officer. That was, God damn it. She was so brilliant in that right there.
Yeah, I think
it was one of those moments where I could honestly, because I know Amy Sudeikis from all of her work, like in Strangers with Candy. And I could just imagine the director going, okay, here's the idea. Here's your direction. The cops are pulling up to the house party. Go. There was no I could have honestly seen that being 100% ad lib. And they just did the special effects around her, with the droids and everything.
And then when they was in the same chariot thing from Phantom Menace.
Yes.
I thought that was a good touch,
Yeah.
When they pull up in that, and then they're trying to escape, and she said, "What was it, Rust Bucket?" Or get there? How did she say it? She called the droid a Rust Bucket.
Yeah.
And hit it with the whatever,
But it was like when the Mandalorian's like, turn around, and she's like, what? Oh, hey, look. Then she sees, the thing coming at her. She's like, turn around, moron,
Then Gorgu jumps up and grabs on to him.
Oh my God! Again, man, that was one of those moments I had to rewind it because I was just I fanboyed so hard. It was just like, oh, and then he leapt up, and I was like, oh my God! I was like, oh Jesus Christ! I know, buddy. That's how excited he was. Oh, and the way they I was actually really, I love the way they handled Grogu, because I love when the Mandalorian saw that he was wearing the chainmail. That was right. I was half expecting him to have pulled out the lightsaber. I was still,
he stole it.
Grogu would have. He'd been like, all right, deuces, I'm out. Hey, look, frog. Yoink, X-Wing's lifting off, a little baby Grogu's flipping both the little birds,
That did the ending when they're flying.
Oh my God. Dude, nothing sums up the relationship between Din Djarin and Grogu better than that scene right there, where he's just like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Fine. Click. Oh. Oh, and the fact that Din still had the ball.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me with that? Loved it.
So where's Boba Fett going after this? Or Boba Fett's story. So now he's the ruler of that quadrant in Tatooine. Then is that how this?
He is I can't remember the exact term for it, but he is the Jabba now.
Yeah. Yeah, because when he walked down the street, they were all paying homage to him and doing everything and stuff.
That I really appreciated that scene because I like that he's not like Jabba. Well, he's not like Jabba and just sits in a palace and that he not only that, but he walked amongst, I don't want to say the people like he's royalty, but
Yeah.
I mean in that circle he
Right.
kind of is that he's walking amongst the people, helmet off. He is really going out of his way to earn the respect of the people of Mos Espa.
Yeah, I think it's what he needs, because it's his family now, because he's got the Wookiee now with him.
Yep.
and those biker,
The mods, yeah.
Yeah, so it's what it is.
I think again, when I say I think, it's fiction with the writers, but from the character's point of view, I think it makes a lot of sense because Boba Fett being a bounty hunter, and he even said something similar to this to the Wookiee. He's worked for a lot of really bad and stupid people that didn't deserve to be in the position of power that they were. I really think that what's going to set him apart is all the experience that he has working for those types of people and seeing the mistakes that they've made.
Right. Yeah. And he's going to do it his way,
Yeah.
Or at least the way he wants to do things. It might be good, it might be bad, but he'll do it his way,
Yeah. I'm more interested in seeing what's going to happen with Finnick.
Oh, yeah.
Because, well, okay, we have a really good understanding how old Boba is, and we got a pretty good idea of how old Finnick is because we saw her in the Bad Batch. So I'm wondering what I'm saying is Boba was at that point in his life where he was like ready to retire.
Yeah,
I don't get that same impression from Finnick.
True.
Like I think once the dust has settled, she's going to be like, look, I can't just sit here. I'm bored.
Right.
I got to go do some shit,
Well, maybe the stuff will come to her.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, Greg, I'm not saying it's a prediction, but of future potential properties, Finnick, man.
Right.
Because what would be really awesome is Boba is content to just chill on Tatooine. He is the Godfather, if you will. Hey, you want to take my ship because we're not allowed to call it Slave One anymore. You want to take my ship? Yeah, okay, all right, I'm out. Now we get the adventures of Finnick.
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
And hopefully, maybe we can see more of the syndicate. The crime syndicate.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Solo's flame from the Solo movie.
Yes. Oh, she had her own comic book for a while too.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, because we know that the syndicate does fade out later on.
Right.
So maybe we can see what maybe happens there or something. I know that doesn't really sound like really a Disney Plus type show, but but it could be something that they could run with a little bit and see more of because I know Lucas always wanted to do the underworld. Remember how many times we've heard that series back in the 90s, when Lucas was trying to bring the movies out and they was going to do a TV series and it was going to show the underworld of and that's kind of what this is touching on, I think, this isn't quite exactly what Lucas wanted, but it's something that they want to do. You know, it's that Western in space feel and stuff.
Yeah.
But
no, everything that led up to it, I love the moment when Boba gives the guy with the tail his letter of surrender, quote
no,
unquote, to read to the syndicate. Because even as he's walking out, I'm like, we all knew it's like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
it was a
And when
distraction.
and I say to you that it was just that look like, oh God, I can't believe I was stupid enough to believe that he was going to surrender.
I still, yeah, in that whole sequence there, though, the Pikes just didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? Is it me or did they just don't look right? You know?
Yeah, and it seemed kind of that they didn't really rush in.
Yeah.
You know, why did they wait to do the attack in waves? You know, it's kind of the cliche of the old superhero where, you know, it's one guy takes on 10 guys, but those 10 guys are like standing in line.
Yeah,
it was instead of all bum rushing them, you know.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to make an old Western out of it.
Pretty much.
Because and we got Willem screams left and right, you know.
Yeah.
When they were falling off the cliffs, when the two
my God, the Gamorrean guards. I can't believe I was actually touched. I was like, no, not the two piggy guards.
What?
That's what I thought too. It was like this little piggy cried, "Wow!" And did you notice, Richard? They did the Wilhelm scream.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, they did the Wilhelm. Oh my God, it was like they were sitting on that scream all season for that moment.
And they did it again when the Rancor threw the pike through the air.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, it was like everything with the Rancor. Like when Boba left, it's like we knew because, you know, why would they have introduced the you know, it was so much foreshadowing.
Yeah.
We introduced the Rancor. Boba mentions he wants to ride him. But when the Rancor first started going through town, I think I was like everybody else. Like, I don't think there was anybody that didn't make the King Kong correlation. But then when he climbed that building and was at the very, like, they weren't even subtle about it.
No.
They weren't not even beginning to hide that they were doing an homage to King Kong.
Yeah, because he even swatted, you know.
Yep.
It was exactly like it, you know.
Yeah. Like if they would have just had like Fay Ray run across the screen, you know, that would have just been the capper.
Yeah, like I said, I think this was a good point in this season, you know.
Yeah. I will say, you know, the one thing that kind of surprised me, Rich, was at the very end when we saw that Finnick makes the remark to Boba about, oh, you need to chill in your back of tank for a minute. Two people crossed my mind first. I really thought that they were going to be talking about the Wookiee.
Oh.
Because Boba even mentioned it. And I was almost anticipating Cad Bane.
I don't know. I think that's
because
I
know, but Cad Bane from Clone Wars and from Bad Batch is such a beloved character that I was kind of surprised that they killed him like they did. And I could have seen Boba doing the whole, you know, it's like, hey, you were paid to do this, you know. But I was very appreciative of that it was Tim Oliphant's character. Was it Vash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
That's the other one. That's another character that I would like to see them flesh out and do more with. You know, two properties I would love to see. I want to see more Fennec Shan. and I want to see more of him.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I like to see more Darth Maul myself because after hearing what Lucas was originally going to do with him,
Oh yeah,
But he's dead.
yeah.
Oops, sorry. I'm dropping stuff. Sorry, folks. But yeah, I don't know. It's just Star Wars is going in so many different directions again, because we got drop when the Obi-Wan's going to come out May the 24th, people, the real Star Wars day, not May 4th, you dumb millennials. Oh
yeah,
sorry.
No, May 25th, Richard.
Yeah,
which I got to tell you, well, as you can see, I was prepared for it. That shit made me feel really old for a minute, Richard, because I've made the joke, Richard, that when I turned 42, that's how old I was going to be for here on out, because I am a diehard Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan. Like, I'm one of the few people. It's like I couldn't wait to turn 42. That number has a lot of meaning to me. After that, so I have been 42 for a while now. But when they released the information about Kenobi, and it's like, oh, the 45th anniversary, I went, no, 44. Because I don't know if anybody who's watching or listening to this knows, I was born the day before Star Wars dropped.
right.
Like literally the day before. My dad, to this day, I swear to God, ask my sister, my dad insists to this day that it might not have been the day it opened, but before that movie left the theater, we went he took me as a newborn to see that movie. So I was there, opening week. So that's how old I know Star Wars is, because I'm the same age. And when they said 45, Richard, for the first time in my life, I went, no, it's not 45, it's 44. Oh God. Oh my God. Like I felt my Social Security kicking me in my back, Richard. I was like, oh God. So yeah.
It's one of them things.
Yeah. But no, I really I can't wait. Oh, I just can't wait for more Tatooine, Rich. Yes.
I'm tired of Tatooine.
You and me both, man. Jesus Christ, man. I would rather see an entire movie based around the swamp that Yoda was kicking it in than like one. Come on, man.
Can't we go to Yavin or something?
Something, for God's sake. Yeah, Book of Boba Fett should have been a wrap on Tatooine. That was done in it.
Yeah, but I can kind of see Obi-Wan. It's going to have to be there,
Yeah.
Got to see little baby Luke,
That's going to be very interesting. But no, going back to the Book of Boba Fett, we finally got to see we got a little bit of everything in this episode. We got to see the Mandalorian kick ass. We got to, the way they handled Grogu again. His reaction to the Rancor.
Right.
That was beautiful. And it didn't go the way that I thought it was. And what they did was even better. Because I really did. Because, we got a little foreshadowing when, he was kicking it with Luke, and he lifted up the froggy, and then Luke picked up all the frogs. I was really betting that Grogu was going to pick up the Rancor and yeet him into the desert sun. I really was expecting it was just like Grogu, you yeet, but the way he hit, that was Grogu acted more like a Jedi in that moment than a lot of the Jedi, we've seen.
Yeah.
Because
he's got training. He's 50 years old.
Yeah.
He's just not a little baby. He's 50,
And I like the way, what was it? I like the way Luke put it. It wasn't so much that he was training him; it was like he was helping him remember.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
I just think it was because I think he gave up the way of the Jedi because of that vision that Luke brought out.
Yeah,
And I really think that's what it was, and he just didn't want to go that route, you know.
yeah. Like, no, I've seen what can happen to a Jedi. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder how soon before he starts talking.
You know what? Probably. Hopefully not for a while, because let's look at the. He's 50 years. He's technically 50 years old. He's still essentially like a toddler.
Right.
So, by his standard, another 10, 20 years would be. It's almost like dog. It's like trying to figure out dog years.
Dog years.
It's like trying to figure out dog years. Okay, 20 years is essentially 2 years in Grogu in Yoda time. So in 20 years, he might be like Dad, you know. Who knows? Rich, there could be another idea. I don't know how I would feel about it, but getting away from the linear timeline of Star Wars and accepting, you know, like we're going, you know, back in time, you know, with, you know, Kenobi. We've seen it. You've talked about it, Richard, and the Star Trek shows leaping to the future.
Right.
Who's to say down the road it might not be another 5 or 6 years, but we'll get to see the quote unquote teenage adventures of Grogu.
Well, Grogu and Rey.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows? You know, I mean, they could go in several different directions.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, of course, he might be on Mandalore helping rule Mandalore too by that time.
Yeah. That was the other thing that I thought about, Rich, was not in this last episode, but the episode before, when the armorer makes the remark to the Mandalorian and say, "Oh, did you take off your helmet?" Yeah. "Oh, you're a Mandalorian no more." I would have loved to have seen Din like light up that Darksaber and went, "Bitch, you're the one that's not a Mandalorian anymore." See this sword? Huh? Know the history? Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I still think that's what's going to happen. He's going to go back to reunify Mandalore.
I do too.
You know, it's got to be. He's got the saber. It's all part of like their legend, you know. So,
you know what? It would have even been a nice touch, Rich, because they have to pass down the Darksaber through combat, as if in a moment like we've got Din standing here with the Darksaber and Yoda, Grogu standing here. Grogu just like force slams him against the wall, reaches over, takes the saber. Mine. Because Din would have been like, "Cool, I'm cool with it."
Yeah, he's going to take over Mandalore because he technically is a Mandalorian now because
he was a foundling. Yeah.
So
and he was adopted, so he is. Yeah.
By their custom. So you know.
Yep.
But who knows? Of course, I think Disney Plus has got more things to worry about now that they're getting all the Netflix properties back.
Yeah.
Which is what I called a long time. I called that a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, I knew it had to be taken care of because they was going to lose the rights to it. So it had to be pulled. Everybody whines about Netflix losing this, losing that. Who cares? It's just a network, you know.
Yeah. And I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home kind of solidified it with, you know, between that and the Kingpin showing up on Hawkeye, just solidified it.
Yeah.
It was literally the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, this is set in stone now.
Yeah.
Yoink, and, you know, it's fine now. You know, the mouse was, you know, taking it over. And I'm fine with it. If it means that down the road we're going to see Moon Knight, which is upcoming.
Right.
of all Moon Knight and Daredevil, that is what I'm really eager to see. The two of them.
Well, I always in my mind, I was always dreaming the Black Widow and Daredevil together because that little bit during the 70s when they teamed up and stuff.
Oh yeah,
those were a great series run. And I always, for some reason, I always thought Black Widow fit with Daredevil good. During that time frame, but
yeah,
I don't think that's really going to happen in the MCU. But
no, because Natasha, yes. Yelena, no,
it's not. It wouldn't work now because with with everything that's going on. But man, I don't know. It's just what it is. It's getting younger and older at the same time.
Yeah,
it's weird. But I don't know what else that they could do. Because some of that property probably doesn't really fit with the Disney Plus theme. So I guess they're going to have to expand over into the Hulu universe, probably, right?
I can see that. Yeah.
Because because they can get the properties over like on FX or something, or something like that. And the whole thing with now, with them bringing back like Futurama and stuff like that,
Oh yes, dude.
It's just, I don't know. It's this weird time where nothing's sacred anymore. It seems like everything wants to come back,
Yeah. And I think I was talking about this just today. I think one of the things that really, in my opinion, might have really helped push Futurama was, speaking of Netflix, just this last week or so, the 4th season to Disenchantment dropped.
Oh.
And it's really good. I enjoyed it, but a lot of the voice talent tied in with Disenchantment is a lot of it comes from Futurama. John DiMaggio, Billy West, Maurice LaMarche,
Oh yeah, I never even thought of it that way. Yeah.
And they're seeing it's like, man, we really like having these guys together again. It would be swell is if we could get them all back together again for Futurama. Hey, I mean, look, again, speaking of, no, here's a good example, Animaniacs.
Yeah. Yeah, I never thought that.
Yeah, there you go, right there. Yeah. And I mean, it's been nothing but good talk about Animaniacs. We've got not one but 2 brand new seasons of Animaniacs.
Right. Yeah, it's just everything. Just like nothing's. It's just like now they've just announced this week. They're gonna have a live action Blade Runner series on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I've been catching up with the animated series on Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
The Black, not Black Rose, Black Locust, right? Is that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the first 7 episodes. Now that the second part of the season just dropped there a couple weeks ago, I'm trying to get caught up real quick. That's interesting. I like the anime for that because it's that computer generated version stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It works pretty good. But it just seems like nothing's sacred anymore. Everything comes back.
But one new property that's a lot of people that we know have been talking about is on Amazon Prime is Vox Machina.
Oh yeah,
that has been really good. And I'm going into it. I knew of it. I've heard about Critical Role. Critical Role is one of those things where there's just so much content already. It's like impossible to just jump into it.
Right.
But I knew of Vox Machina. I picked up the comic books when they released trades and everything, so I was familiar with the characters, and I'm familiar with seeing, the D&D stuff, but the animated has been really goddamn good.
Oh, cool.
And not NSF anybody. That is an adult program right there. That is some grown up stuff right there.
Not safe for work.
Yes, and that's I love having kids cartoons. I will watch, but I do like when they make animated properties for us, because there's just something about seeing a little 3-foot dwarf flipping a bird, telling a dragon to suck his. It's like goddamn, But yeah, I've really been enjoying that one.
Yeah. Of course, we're going to start getting some movies. We got Batman coming up quick, so.
Yeah, you want to talk about kind of like sleeper forgotten about? It was just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. I've been so excited about Flash. It's like, oh yeah, that's how bad it is, Richard. I'm not saying anything negative toward the movie, but we've gotten so many goddamn Batman movies that it's not even exciting anymore. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're doing another Batman? Swell.
Well, I don't know. That little trailer they dropped with, the little segment with the Black Adam, that looks sweet.
That looks badass. And there was so much about that trailer that I absolutely am going nuts. They couldn't have picked, first of all, they couldn't have picked a better person for Black Adam.
True. That
casting is like up there with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and Patrick Stewart as Professor X. There's just like there's nobody better. Oh, I gotta tell you, man, seeing Dr. Fate on the big screen like that.
Yeah.
I've always liked Dr. Fate. I will not be that guy and say, oh, I love No. I've always liked Dr. Fate. Seeing him, man, that was like the first time I'm like, God damn, I could cosplay him. I'm really digging that Dr. Fate, And
the Hawkman looked.
Oh God, man!
The Arrowverse's Hawkman.
Yeah. Not, what?
No, it was
that, but I will say the Smallville. Oh my God!
No. Yeah.
No. I will stand by the Smallville versus Hawkman and Dr. Fate, especially for the time.
Yeah.
Those costumes and characters still hold up to this day.
Definitely.
Those were definitely just badass.
Yeah, it's weird seeing how things can just keep evolving, I mean, now we can basically digitize or, make CG make anything anymore,
Well, look at Naomi on the CW.
Yeah.
They haven't exactly, that character is, as far as I know, not Carter Hawk. He's not Hawkman,
no,
but he is a Fan Guardian.
Yeah, there was another Hawkman for a while, and that's what they based him off of.
Yeah. And he looked great. I liked that character a lot.
Yeah.
And that's another show. Again, we were in kind of a slump this week because of the Olympics, but Naomi has still been really good. It's my only complaint with Naomi is it's starting off a little bit too slow.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, look, we understand she's an alien from another world. Let's pick it up, people. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, they're trying to get the teenage side of it through. It's
CW.
It's CW.
Yeah.
And Archie's growing up, so.
Yeah. Oh, I don't get started with that. But no, Naomi's been really good. I look forward to it. Like I said, that's my only complaint is yes, I understand character development. She's developed. Let's go.
Gotta hear a little more about that Gotham Knights this week. Some leaks came through. It's going to be Nightwing.
Yeah.
And Spoiler and the other character that they might be the main ones. Like. Batman's gone, so they have to pick up the mantle or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be part of the Arrowverse, though.
Right. That's what I was going to say. It is completely separate from the CW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to call it the Arrowverse finally. Yeah, I started calling it after he's dead, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, there's that rumor they're going to bring him back.
I could see Steve doing it too. I could see him doing it.
Yeah, as long as they make it make sense, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, Oliver Queen is not gone.
Right.
He is, for lack of a better term, the Spectre.
Yeah.
Within the CW universe. And I know from the comic books, you know, when it was, the red-haired guy, his original host.
Sure.
Oh, come on.
I don't know the red-haired guy. The original Spectre was a cop. Grant, what's his name?
Yes.
But he didn't have red hair.
Didn't he? Because I could have sworn in Kingdom, it might have been because
it was a different incarnation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking Earth 2 originally from back in the old days, you know.
Yeah, because in King, I always, when I think of the Spectre, I always think back to Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
And I remember the scene where the Spectre pulls back the cloak, his rendition.
Yeah, that wasn't the same as what I was used to. So.
Right, yeah. But what we're saying is Oliver Queen as a character is technically not gone.
Yeah, he's still part of that universe, you know.
Yeah.
If that universe still exists. No.
Hey, man, if that's what it's going to take to bring Oliver Queen back is the destruction of the CW, I'm fine with that, man.
There you go.
Batman can't be the only...
a new Dark Crisis.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
We're gonna reset the Arrowverse and make it in HBO Max. No.
Oh, don't you tease me like that. I would crowdfund the shit out of that. Because knowing what I know about Oliver Queen, the fact that he went all those years without dropping one F-bomb. Nah. You have built this effing city.
Oh.
No, I would be completely fine with that, because let's face it, man, that universe is dead.
Yeah.
Dead and gone. Supergirl's gone. Flash. Wasn't the Flash supposed to end, Richard? It's like, I hate to say it like this, Richard, but the Flash is like herpes. Every time you think it's gone, it's like, there's another episode? No, it burns.
And now there's talk of another season.
I know. Stop. No, I'm officially waiting for them to bring King Shark in, and for Wally for Barry to jump over him, because that show has jumped literally and figuratively jumped the shark years ago.
Yeah. I don't know. It needs to go. I mean, half that stuff just needs to move back to HBO Max and get it over with.
Yeah. Yeah, we're over here talking about now. Again, Superman and Lois. You cannot touch that show. That show is so far has been immaculate in my opinion. Character, story wise, special effects, untouchable. Legends of Tomorrow is in and of itself its own thing.
Right.
Again, that show untouched. Legends of Tomorrow is almost like the Doctor Who of the CW universe, because not only does it deal with time travel, but the team switches so much that it could continuously keep going.
Yeah. It's like when they threw in the 80s version of them in that episode.
Oh my God, that was so brilliant. I love God. That show is so meta that it needs. I'm waiting for them to acknowledge that Supergirl is done. Hey, we should get a hold of Kara. I can see Nate doing that. What do you mean she got canceled? Okay, well, we can't. I'm waiting for them to acknowledge that. I'm surprised that they haven't yet. Naomi's been really good. Stargirl. Oh my God, bring on Stargirl.
Yeah, next summer.
Yeah, man.
They're working on season 3, I think, right now. I think they've started production.
Yeah. I'm excited because we're going to, from a couple of things I've read about it, we're going to see more of Joe McHale as Starman.
Right.
And I'm like, I need that costume. God, I need that costume like so much. And I'm hoping that, you know,
yeah, that's where we're at almost, you know. We're in that really in between now, you know, because I need like Discovery just came back and CW is coming back with Flash is coming back, of course. That's another week this week. It's coming to Wednesday though. This is moving for the first time.
Yeah.
So,
and we've talked about this, Richard, because me and you are old school. We remember syndicated television. We remember what a move to Wednesday night meant.
Well, it was always Friday night. If it went to Friday, it was
done.
Oh,
you're right. Yeah. Yeah, because they knew nobody was going to be home to watch TV on Friday night.
The only thing that prospered on Friday night was Sabrina and that other one with what's her name? The one from Three's a Company when she had the
Step by Step.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I get it.
Because it was Thank God It's Friday.
TGIF.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Richard, you're gonna make me Step by Step, Family Matters. Oh God, going way back. Perfect Strangers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Rich. Damn it, Richard, as if the 45th anniversary of Star Wars didn't make me feel old enough. You're gonna bring out TGI Friday.
Well, making me feel old. You know what Monday is for me? The 30th anniversary of Underground Video Network.
Oh, that's right.
It was in 92 that we launched the test. You know, Donnie and me was hanging around up at the cable company, and we switched the switch and recorded the exit sign for like 20 minutes or 15 minutes.
Yep. Oh, okay. All right. I will stop complaining now. God.
30 years ago, UVN.
Holy shit.
Oh wow! I found another cord. I spilt my cord box earlier, where I keep all my little patch cords for my cameras and stuff. I spilled it all over the place. I gotta clean this stuff up.
Speaking of age, Richard, that did remind me of a meme. It's like, can you really consider yourself middle-aged if you don't have the cord drawer? Like, I can't get rid of this cord. I might use it someday. Like, Mike, that's for your BlackBerry. I might find a BlackBerry one day and need to charge it.
I think this is for my Apple Video Pod, but you know.
And for my Zune.
I actually had the Apple, the pod, the Video Pod.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I even had, it's really funny. My first one I bought had my name engraved on the back because I spent a little extra.
Yeah.
It got stolen in the FedEx Carrier Center in Dayton, Ohio. Seriously. They had to send me a whole nother new one. So there's someone running around Dayton with an video iPod with my name on it.
Oh my God.
So if anybody in the Dayton area finds a video iPod with my name on it, because I still remember that because it was stolen in Vandalia's airport.
Oh my God. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the FedEx terminal was. I guess it came, way they explained it to me, their investigation said that someone stole it from that terminal. Because I bought it the very first week the video iPods came out.
Right.
You know me. I had to have it before everybody else back then.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a video iPod, 60 gigs. It was huge back then.
Oh, I know.
But we now have what? 2 terabits and a little thumb drive now?
Yeah. Oh my God. All right, Rich, we need to wrap this up before I feel like drawing out my Social Security program. No, Book of Boba Fett. The finale was great. It had everything. We got to see Boba Fett actually kick ass again. You know that part where he like lifted his knee up and that rocket came out. That was
Oh yeah.
um,
And he fired his big rocket too.
yeah,
Except, did you catch the one editing mistake? He had another one in it.
yeah.
I don't think they load that fast.
What would have been a great like Easter egg, Richard, is after he fired it, if like we would have seen one of the bad guys choking on it.
He should have had one of his little minions run up and put another one in.
Oh my God, that would have been yeah.
You know, some little alien guy runs up with a rocket. Be like the old back in the the 1700s with the Flint rifles. You know, they had to put the balls in and everything. So there's a guy running up with the barrel.
And Rick, when he's loading it, he has to load it like the old-fashioned spring-loaded from the action figure. He pushes it in and has to turn it just a certain way. You know, whoop, no. Click. Oh man! All right, Rich, this has been great. Rich, if you would kindly please tell everybody where they can find and or listen to all of our previous episodes and where they can find us out on the socials.
Yeah, just pop over to, where is it at? I lost it. There it is. Undergroundvideonetwork.com. That's our main website. You can find our UVN Plus video archive, which today I just realized it hasn't been updated. I'm a couple episodes behind, but you can still find us all through the main viewer on the front page, and the archive will be updated within the next couple days. So, and you can find the links to all our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. We're there somewhere. Please like and share. And I'd like to say, if you got a Kickstarter program, let us know. We could promote it, and we're going to have a guest coming up March 5th. Josh from Cutthroat Comics is going to be our guest. So we're going to start promoting it this week, and hopefully you can tune back then.
And I've been following him on Facebook. I see what he's going to be promoting, and I'm ridiculously excited about this one. So on behalf of myself, Michael Borp, and my good friend Richard Catajon, thank you for watching and listening. We hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. We hope to see you at a comic book store, con, or Walmart here real soon. So take care, everybody. Richard, if you would kindly please